It's your birthday. Yeah, oh my god, look how fucking happy we are. Majestic. What a great being we are. It's your birthday. You wake from a night of blissful, peaceful dreams. Yeah, Tapes, don't you know? Fuck pink candy is very mean, alright? You can't fuck pink candy, alright? That's just real rude, alright? Don't fuck pink candy. I presume Automod decided that pink candy was a euphemism. But we had no nightmares, we had no premonitions, we accidentally clicked our mouse again. Just a pleasant feeling of contentment. You stretch your arms over your head, blinking in the watery quiet sunlight that seeps through the porthole window. Things are changing on Vertumna. You can't help but feel like things are changing for yourself too. Not just your body, but your mind, your emotions, your future. 14 is going to be your year. Your parents have been working around the clock since the last attack, trying to get the fields right again in time for this year's planting. Spark snow has already started falling, and every day they come home complaining about having to clear it. They ask you to ping them when you're awake so you can share birthday breakfast in your quarters instead of sitting shoulder to shoulder with everyone else during the breakfast service in the canteen. You fire them a message and lie back in your bunk, watching dust motes float lazily in the light. After a minute, there's a knock on your door. It's Auntie Sedent. She sweeps into your room in a bustle of skirts and shawl and sits down beside you on your bunk. Oh, look at you, she says. Happy birthday, beautiful. 14 years old. She leans in and gives you a motherly kiss on the forehead. It's been years since she took care of you in the children's creche. But all the kids still call her Auntie and thinks of her as a close relative. Her sweet baking bread smell is as comforting as it ever was. She sits back and takes one of your hands in both of hers. So Lana, ever since I held you in my arms as a baby, I knew you were so special, so important. You're becoming a young man, but I want you to know I will always be here for you, just like your mom and dad, she says firmly. I wanna go up, Auntie. Thanks, Auntie. Okay, enough with the mushy stuff. Oh, it was smart for my age. It's tangent. Auntie Sedent's love. Aww. Well, we're still fairly emotional. Thanks, Auntie Sedent. She smiles and tucks an unruly lock of your hair behind your ear. I guess you're old enough to call me Auntie Anne now, if you'd like. Or even just Anne. Now come on in here, Aunt Anne says, spreading her arms wide. Give us a great big hug. You hug her, enveloping yourself in the warm and familiar softness of her. Over her shoulder, you see Nem standing in the doorway. Well, her hair anyway. She's been growing it out, and there's no hiding it behind a corner. She skips into your quarters. Happy birthday, bud, she says, bouncing on your bunk. Way to get older. Enjoy being 2 years older than me for a few months. I thought you were on your way to the med bay, Anne tells her, and Nem shrugs. Anne turns to you. Anne is supposed to get her menstruation cessation implant today, she says. Mom! Nem hollers. Gross! Solana doesn't need to hear about my period. Anne smiles fondly at her daughter. It's nothing to be ashamed of, Anne. Getting your period is a beautiful thing. It reminds us we have the ability to make life. It's a sign you're growing up and becoming an adult, and ready to take on the responsibility of taking care of that life. And put Dreki in the spin cycle? No! Nem wrinkles her nose and throws herself on your bed. I'm never making a life. Ew. Pass. Well, shoot. I didn't want this to be my segue into flirting with an enemy. I don't want baddie, but we can be friends, right, Nem? Nem flushes the same color as her hair. Oh, null off, she mutters, scratching her neck. Don't be weird in front of my mom, Solana. Now, it does look different. In a good way. More grown up. You tell her that her hair is pretty, and she rolls her eyes. I just forgot to cut it, okay? She says, avoiding your gaze. Your parents finally arrive, still damp from the fields, and bringing in the smell crisp, tangy snow on their clothes. Oh, look, birthday visitors, your dad exclaims. Anne, are you staying for breakfast? I do wonder if you can flirt with more than one character, and whether you can cause all sorts of drama that way. I wonder if the game, and don't spoil anything, but I wonder if the game has poly as a possible relationship thing. Anne reaches into her bag and brings out a stack of tiffins. No, thank you, but I brought your order with me from the kitchens, seeing as I was stopping by. She pats your hand one more time. Happy birthday again, Solana. You'll always be my baby, even when you're all grown up. Your mom shakes her head as Anne and them leave. Oh, Anne, she laughs. Sentimental to the core. She starts laying out the cutlery for breakfast. But I don't know how the colony would manage without her and the children's creche, she says, and points a fork at you. Family is more important than the people that birthed you, Solana, and don't you forget it. And I wonder if there's different triggers for the possible flirt events, because we had one from just talking to a person. We had one from just giving someone their favorite item. Crystals. Okay. Hi, Nem. Right. So, Expedition. All events have respawned. Okay, so we can do Aminals. Friendship with dice. All right, so take a break, but I can answer questions if you want them answered. No. Definitely do not. I want to stay as blind as possible, and I like random mass speculation. But thank you for asking first. It's been a really great game to think about things. Let's survey first, and then we will do our, because I want to pick up a bunch of items so I can give them a chance to respawn, but I also want to work in the biology lab because we need to help our parents with the plants. We also need to like explore and find alien plants. So I feel like it's going to be a combination between expeditions and working in the lab to get some good crops. Utopia is sorting through stuff that foragers have brought back, putting them in bins to either get analyzed or taken straight to the kitchens. Hey, sweet, she says, not even looking up. You headed out? You and Dice take care of each other out there, okay? She sighs. I've got to get through all this for day's end, she says. Tell me all day, unless you're herring to help out. Sure, I'm gonna see what this does. Utopia lays out an assortment of mushrooms. All right, here's the simple one. Which one of these fellows is poisonous? Pick randomly. We'll take the delicious mushroom. This looks more like a tentacle than a mushroom, though. Mushrooms? Fuck, I did it again. Mushrooms? You got this. You know what kind of mushrooms are served in the canteen, and it's easy to pick them out of the assortment. Great work, sweets, Utopia exclaims. Big smile on her face. You're a regular pig. Don't worry, that's a compliment. On Earth, they use pigs to sniff out buried mushrooms. Go out there and dig us up some, why don't ya? Finish up what we're doing on the survey team, but come back next month and I'll put you with the foragers, she says. You'll be in the Valley of Vertigo. It's one of the best places to forage for wild berries and other edibles. Ooh. I Was a Teenage Mutant Appetizer, the second comic, Ed. Need a Dreki side eye? Ooh, that's actually, that's a good idea, Tapes. But hey, Index, welcome on by. I hope you had a great D&D session today. Couldn't stick around for the whole time. And if you've been enjoying the silly voices and narration I've been doing, and you've never stopped on by Index's place, you should fix that. I press a button, and now you can press a button to get an alert the next time they go live by following them, because Index is a great page to read. They do wonderful, wonderful voices and has certainly helped me out. I feel like I've gotten a lot better with my more feminine range that I can throw. Still feel like I need more practice in variants and ways to intonate them, but you know, always learning, always be learning. Remember your ABLs, always be learning. A mass of dead bushes blocks your way. They have pointy spines the size of short swords. They look very, very sharp. All right, we'll burn it away again. Wood. Stick. A sunbasker. No, a whole herd of them. Your creatures that you personally discovered and got to name. Well, we gotta study them. Ooh. Interesting. Does this muck up wild cards? Ooh. Well, we found a negative to wild cards, it seems. So we could do this. Kind of a garbage situation, but it is what it is. ABL, actively baconating with lesbians. The lesbian baconator. I could do this. So that'll get me 23. 24. I feel like I should hold on to the wild card though. I feel like it's gonna pay off big time. So we'll do this. You customize your character with this? Yes. You can customize whether your there's a slider for masculine to femme presenting, and then there's also a slider between he, they, and she pronouns. And it looks like we can rename ourselves at will. So today I learned. Oh, can we? Oh, I guess we can change these whenever we want. That is cool. Interesting. So we could actually like role play if we started our childhood at 10 years old one way, and then as we go through these years through our teenage years and we do some introspection and self-discovery, we could adjust the slider to how we perhaps change our perception of ourselves. That is really cool. I like that. It's a small feature, but I like it. And sometimes the smallest details have the biggest impacts. All right, so what if I do this? All right, so we can get goal, but can we get super goal? Maybe. Maybe, baby, please. All right, so we can get 24. And that does nothing. If I do this, I can get to 25. Still not a super goal. Can we squeeze more points out of this? Five, 4. So that's 26. I don't think we can go any further. Yep, 26 is as high as we can get. Oh, I should have gone for an exact match. Dang it. You've seen this herd a few times, traveling through this stretch of wilderness. All day, they bask in the sun on the top of the plateau. Now that evening is coming, they're coming down from the plains to forage. They like to hang out in big groups and mostly lie around all day being lazy. Sounds like the life. Utopia is happy to have more information on the Sunbasker. Nice. Ooh, upgrade pet cards via relaxing in the... Ayo? Also, plural on pet cards? Interesting. Can I go game with a few homies? No problem, Tapes. Thanks for stopping on by. And you go have a whole lot of fun yourself. Take care. Now, if I don't see you again, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening and a rejuvenating eep. We've already had this, so we'll just continue on through. 3, 3. Can do 2, 1, 1 for a 15, or a 2, 2 for a 14. I go 2, 2. All right, so like the 15. And now we've got a big one. So the 3 is there. Nothing I can do about that. So 7. We can do a 7, 6, 5. Ooh. Ooh, we knocked it out of the park. Hell yeah. Alright, we do a bit of sneaksy breaky. Breaksy sneaksy. Ooh, a dice event. Dice and you are surveying together, though he's mostly just throwing rocks at things and seeing what happens. Ugh, this is so boring, he complains. We've seen everything here already. The other surveyors are going to cool places, like the subaqueous swamp, places that are actually dangerous. Well, the Valley of Vertigo is cool. Yeah, I've been there, Dice says. It's neat, but Utopia sends people there to forage. They just want more adventure than picking berries, you know? Dice goes back to chucking rocks and complaining. We're just here all the time, he says, even though we know everything about it. Utopia says we need to come back every year and take new readings. In quiet here and in Pollen in the valley. And we have to be patient because we can't just take stuff without letting nature replenish itself. He sighs. And I mean it. I get it. But it's still so boring. I want to explore other places. Mood, Dice. Mood. Flower. Not much to find out here, but the peaceful atmosphere is great for contemplation. We're going to meditate this time. You focus on the sounds around you, on your breathing, the feeling of your butt on the rock, and the slightly cool breeze on your face. It's very peaceful. You can feel yourself relax as you become one with the planet. Nice. Minus 20 stress, plus 15 stress. Okay, dude. spot some familiar looking fruit. Hey, you've seen this bush before. That's no rock underneath. It's all part of one creature. An arbor... Excuse me. It's all part of one creature, an photosynth, a bush bub. It pays you no attention, continuing to blend in with the rest of its surroundings, like a boulder. Pick the fruit. You're not letting it get away with being delicious. You grab some of the fruit as the bush bub rises up and roars with anger. Yep, you knew it wouldn't be happy. All right, this could be super awkward if bush bubs reproduce via fruit. Like, the fruit goes into the ground and it grows as a plant before becoming like the rocky animal part. Let's try and calm it down though. Ooh. 4, 5, 20, 22 with 3 cards? Hell yeah. Now that's what I call a wombo combo. Baby. +1 for each gem on other cards. All right, so we can do this. Hey, using the minus for a bonus, baby. Yeah, that's worth way more. Actually, what if I do this? Yeah, nah, that's better. All right, now we can do a 5. Actually, I can't believe you've done this to me. Oh, look at these 4s. 38, baby. Hey, Chimera. I can't believe you're throwing all these books at me. We are going to need all these books to make our field notes in. You soothe the bush bub, and it seems to nod in your direction, indicating you can have some of its fruit if you want. We're only going to take a little bit. You scramble up and pluck a few fruits from its back. Lumbers off into the forest. Oh, look at all the eepy slug cats. Oh, and you got the Dreki plush. Nice, nice. I suppose I can hydrate. I have been yammering for a while. Aw, man, can't I rebelliously help the colony? I want to be a rebel. Rebel without a cause. I gotta make up my own cause. All right, we had this event last time. We're gonna stand our ground this time. +2 to cards with gems. I see. So we can do this. But I do not have a 3. So that sucks. But I can make a 3. Nice. Oh. Well, it seems amongst that fistful of stuff is a bit of the void. And I have been afflicted with chaos. So, yep, this is gonna be my life for the next few minutes. It just takes a while for me to shake off all the magic to return to normal form. You know, I'll make sure to distance myself from it. You know, it's a draconic affliction, so y'all are safe. But you know, no reason to take a risk. I'll go ahead and back up a little bit. You know, make sure give y'all a little bit of distance. I thought my phone was crashing. Just chaos. Yes. It's simply an effect of going into the void sometimes. It causes this to happen. To me, y'all are perfectly safe. Alright, so what if I do... You know what, we're just gonna do... this. Just a whole bunch of 1s. Come up here and hug you out of spite. Specifically with my Dreki. No, Chimera! Don't get infected! Ah! Welcome to the Ziggurat. Luigi's 5th. I hope you enjoy your time here. All right, so do 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. Still not a super win. Let's see, we can do 2, 3, 4. Still gives us a straight. And then we do another 4 here. No, that's not it. I see. Does going 1, 2, 3, 4 make things better? No, because we're missing out on the extra flush. Dang. What if I do this? So that's a 24. That's a 25. And I think 25 is as high as I'm gonna get, chat. Unfortunate. So in that case, we want to get exactly 20. There we go. Oh, I could have gotten 29? Shoot. I missed it. That's when I watch you from the snug zone. Oh. Well, nice to get nice and snug. I'm certainly quite comfortable here as well. I prepped appropriately because I'm as much as I might deny it. We probably gonna do another long stream because this game is on my brain. I've got Exocolony on the brain. The creature pounds past you, its powerful stone-like gorilla arms smashing the ground. Doesn't even seem to see you and goes around you without even looking at you. You look around, but there's no sign of whatever motivated the bush bub to run so fast. At least that's something to be grateful about. I see. I see. We get some medicinal roots and some crystals. We're certainly getting a lot of items to help us in any skill checks, that's for sure. Drifts of spark snow make this area hard to pass through. Your feet keep sinking into it. You have to work to get them free with every step. The only way forward here is through an especially deep area. Let's find another way. I don't think there is another way. Nope, I have to go through that. I see. We'll shovel it out of the way. You actually don't have a shovel with you, but you find a bush you can use sort of like a broom and sweep the snow out of the way. The spark snow is lighter and floofier than you were expecting. Whacking it with your bush causes showers of pretty sparks and tiny popping noises. It takes ages to clear the path, but it's oddly satisfying. Hopefully the next surveyor through will appreciate your hard work. Shoot, that extra stress knocked us out. Ah! Damn it, Chimera! Why are you yeeting me into the void?
I drink the water, I apparently live or something, and then I have to go put the water somewhere else 5 minutes later. All hours of the day. All hours of the night. No matter what I'm doing, my life is interrupted by this.
Thank you for the piss. Alright, view the supply depot. Nothing new in there. Can we give him... We've already given him a stick. Right, so we need to rest. Now we got... I think we could upgrade our cards here, so let's do that. You and Cal go for a walk with your Hop-Eye. Hopska-jump. Cal loves the little creature. They love him right back. They must instinctively know that Cal is a safe person. Cal sneaks socks out of her hiding place sometimes, so she can play with Hopska-jump. It's risky, considering she gets bigger every time you see her, but the garden is usually deserted during the workday. Socks has gotten a lot bigger. God's dang. You can feel your Hop-Eye starting to trust you more. They're still pretty skittish, and you don't want to see what those claws on the end of their foot can do, but they seem a lot more relaxed in your presence. You're petting it when it starts to chitter at you in agitation. Whoops. What's wrong, Hopska-jump? It flips over on its back and wiggles, its lighter stomach fur looking impossibly soft and enticing. Do you dare? Or is it a trap? Keep doing gold. It's an animal challenge. All right, we can do this. I believe. All right, so that's 16. Yeah, we'll do that. Oof. So we can do 4, 3, and then 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. All right, this is for all the marbles, chat. All right, put this here. This here, this here. Wait, that doesn't give us a straight. Dreki, what are you thinking, dude? Bruh. Bruh. So I can do a... Make this a 2, 3, 4. Still not a super goal, though. I can do this. That's only a 20. But if I do this, still only a 20. Why is it only a 20? Oh, because it's not a 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So that would be 19. That would be 24. He stole the blanket. No! 2, 3, 4. 26. $27. All right, now we're cooking. $31. Ah, the super goal is 28. Shoot. How can I get 28? I have made a mistake, chat. I cannot get 29. 27. Damn it. I don't think we can get 28 for an exact. I messed it up. All right, we'll just take the super. You're too smart to fall for this trick. After a few moments, Hopska-jump seems to lose interest. They spot a bug circling lazily overhead and flip back over onto their foot, chittering as they begin to track it with their 4 blinking eyes. Ooh, 2. The art evolved is 2. Ooh. Also, now this card is starting to get very nice. Let's forget about getting lost in the fog, because that's, not a good memory. He's fighting back. Help! I'm afraid, Chimera, you're on your own. Best of luck, comrade. May you survive these turbulent times. All right, we're gonna equip the Hop Eye now because that's getting pretty bomb diggity. Has a stick. Puts a blanket under it. Thank you, Panda. Thank you. No, you can't sleep on my head. No. Just because there's a bunch of feathery floof that's probably very comfortable to lay on doesn't mean you can sleep there. Fuck it. We'll just give her a flower, I guess. Well, at least she doesn't hate it, but I am further confused as to what she likes, because apparently we cannot get a W with her. Anyway, I can give Tangerine a flower. Oh, we can flirt with multiple characters. Where's the redeem that puts us on your head? When I pay, Mr. Snake. I pay rent. Ooh. Got piano, baby. All right. Our dad wants to talk, and then I think we're gonna do some work in the biology lab. You're gonna hear your dad sneeze all the way from engineering. It's explosive, like he's trying to scare away predators. He's wiping his nose as you approach, on a handkerchief blotted with shimmering pink. Lately, he's also surrounded by a fine dusting of pink pollen that clings to him wherever he goes. You keep brushing the glitter off things in your quarters. He gives you a hug, then brushes pollen off your shoulder, laughing self-consciously. You haven't heard him laugh much lately. He's been working hard trying to improve the colony's food supply. He's showing signs of malnourishment too, though your mom is worse. You're worried for both of them. Your dad's skin is kind of shiny in patches. He sees you staring and rubs his hands over his arms. Sparkling dust poofs off him in little clouds, scintillating in the light. Oh yeah, that's a new symptom, he says. Seems harmless enough. Dad? Germanium? Father, you are turning into a crystal, Father. I insist. You need to stay the fuck inside until this month has passed. This is not a laughing matter. You know, the last time we saw people turning into crystal was in Sunless Skies, and the sunlight was turning people's bones into glass. Now, I feel like this is kind of just as bad, because he's turning into a sparkling mist. So he isn't even turning into like a solid piece of crystal. It's like crystal particulates. You should be wearing your mask. And hide this beautiful face? Your dad laughs, rubbing his nose. Especially now that it sparkles? He makes a big show of checking his pockets. Huh, guess I must have left my respirator back at the greenhouse. Why can't he just take care of himself? Yeah, I mean, our dad's been kind of like jovial, goes with the flow, funny nicknames, but he's really kind of making light of this whole thing. Your dad sniffles. Gosh, feels like someone stuffed a whole potato pod up my nose, he says. Like I could just poke a stick up there and pop fresh potato juice. Gross. He just grins. What? It's true. You follow his gaze out to the fields and to the lands outside the gate. I wonder if the foragers could maybe use an extra hand, he muses to himself. Yeah, maybe I'll join them out there tomorrow. Neither of your parents are taking proper care of themselves. They're so stressed out from the poor harvest and low food supplies. They try not to let you see it, but you can tell. Maybe your dad is right. A little seasonal illness is nothing compared to the danger of running out of food. Aw. I will hydrate once again. You know, this is the second time he's talked about going out to, like, outside the walls to explore. I'm wondering if the shimmer might be calling for him to go out someplace specific. Someplace in nature. Sort of like a, like one of those funguses that takes over animals and has them do something to continue propagating it. That would be kind of creepy. We're gonna forage soon, but first, let's do some science. You're visiting Cal and Socks before your work shift one morning, just to check up on them. As you expected, Cal has Socks out for her twice daily playtime. Hey, Solana, he says, waving. Look what I taught Socks to do. At his gesture, Socks stands up on her hind legs and wiggles her upper body at you. Like she's waving too. It's impressive. Who's a smart girl? You are! Next, Cal gestures in a circle, and Socks curls up in a ball. Then, he raises both hands in the air like a scary monster, and Socks rears up and chitters menacingly. Cal says, pew pew, and Socks rolls over and sticks out all of her feet in the air. You count at least 14 legs. What happens when she outgrows her box? Socks clambers up Cal's arm, almost toppling him over with her weight, and curls up across his shoulders like a scarf. She looks seriously heavy. Well, people hardly use this barn anymore, Cal says, adjusting her weight. It's just for storage. Maybe she can just lift her in the rafters. You're pretty sure your mom comes in here often as the head of geoponics, but you hold her tongue. Socks hasn't been discovered yet. Maybe she's really good at hiding. Really? It's been like 3 years now, and they haven't seen Socks at all? Like, come on. Either our parents know and don't care, or Socks has got some secret up in her chitin. How do you find food for her? Cal looks distressed. It's really hard, he admits. She eats so much right now. Tons of leaves and grasses, and the rocks, of course. I think she swallows them all together and chews them up in her guts, like a float cow. Her teeth look like they go all the way down her throat. I don't know if I can keep hiding how much food she eats, though, Cal says sadly. She get lonely? Cal says, looking at the ground. I think so. She used to sleep all the time, but now she needs to run around and climb a lot more. I still come in here every morning and evening to let her out, he says defensively. She goes back in her box right away when I tell her. She's a good dirty pillar, I promise. She knows she's not supposed to go outside without me. He pets her snout. I think maybe she's just not a baby anymore, you know? Horrifying imagery, teeth in her throat. Yeah, she grinds up rocks. First collectible use is free. Interesting. +1 skill. Ooh, so we can get bonus skills. Because this is a mental challenge. Wah, 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 wah. So we can give a free +2. +2 if in the first or last place. So we can do this. +2 to a card. And then this. All right, that gets us to 26. We can burn another log, which will give us +2. And that's it. Because we'll get 4 matches over here. What if I do this, however? That is less. Really? Why is that less? Huh. So a pair gets 3. But a 3 equals is 5. So it doesn't scale. Okay. Interesting. We'll just take the W. Dang, look at all those kudos. We're kudo maxing over here. You're at lunch with your parents. Sliced soy cakes and watery broth again. Great. They put their cutlery and look at each other, then you. So Lana, your mom says, there's something we should tell you. I've tried to shelter you from some things, but I think you should know why we've been working so hard in geoponics. There's a meeting after lunch. I want you to come with us. Okay. You follow your parents to the council room. Mars is also tagged along. You take a seat near them as your mom and Aunt Anne stand to address the council. After Uticott officially calls the meeting, she gestures to your mom. I'm not going to mince words, your mom says firmly. All our efforts to increase food production in geoponics have failed, especially given the failure of the pixie beans. The destruction of the fields during the last attack put the nail in our coffin. By the end of the year, the colony will run out of food. Oh, fuck. The rest of the council murmurs in concern. You and Mars exchange horrified looks. You've been doomsaying about our food supply for 2 years, Falulu. Rhett questions. Do you mean to say we're past the point of no return? Your mother nods grimly. I'm afraid so. Even with rationing, without securing a Vertumnan food source, our supplies will run out by wet season. She gestures to Anne, whose face is grave. Anne and I have gone over the supplies and come up with food plans. We've crunched the numbers. Your mom sighs and spreads her hands. I'm sorry. Geoponics should have been producing better by now. We should have been able to wean ourselves off soy rations. During the wormhole transit, when we lost our hydroponics in the hull breach... She sighs again. I know I've said it so many times, but our crops just don't grow here. We needed those algae tanks. We needed the microbial soil from Earth. That's a bit petulant, but this is something that, like, we should have been told earlier. Yeah, Mars agrees. Why weren't we told? We have a right to know. We live here too. She stands up and slams her hands on the table. We've been here for 4 years, and we could have been helping this whole time. And all you did was have meetings about it. The council looks at Mars with surprise, and then contempt. Uticott chuckles weakly. Imagine being carried for so long and being upset that your feet could not be cut by the rocks. She waves one shaking hand. Seeing the future is the privilege of youth. Thank goodness we have them to point out our flaws. Mars sits back down again, confused by Uticott's words, but fuming at her dismissive tone. So what do we do now? Instance asks. Starving to death isn't an option. No, it isn't, your mom replies. We need to secure a food source this year, before our rations run out. We're working double shifts in geoponics. It's not enough. We need more people planting, tending, turning the soil. We need more hands. I can pull back the surveyors and focus on foraging native plants, Utopia offers. Even the young folk can help. They've proven themselves around the survey equipment. I'll send out a holo message later. This has been the burden of geoponics for too long, Uticott says. It's time we all step up for our future. The council nods in agreement. Your stomach rumbles ominously. Well, oh, great. Great, we're starving. Great. Well,